Today we're going to talk about the homeless crisis in BC, mostly Metro Vancouver area. I still think this is a very low number, 4,821 people that are homeless in BC. I think that's, the lower mainland, Metro Vancouver. I think that's extremely low. I've worked with the homeless people when the Salvation Army used to have the Garfield Hotel in New Westminster. But they got rid of that. But anyways, we're going to talk about this problem that's been started. And everybody keeps talking about how to fix it. Nobody's ever come out with a solution. Just throw more money at it. It's what they figure is going to help. But it won't help. We all know that. So let's paint a picture of the homeless crisis in BC. The struggle is there. We can see that there's going to be more action. People are going to say, hey, let's jump to action to help the homeless people. Well, how's that going to help if nothing's being built for them? Greater Vancouver homeless count revealed 32% increase since 2020. That's not good. They even saying that over 100,000 people in BC are at risk of becoming homeless. That's really not good.
Says there are between 40 and 45 full-time campers here, and they're working to find them supportive housing, but it's not an easy job.
You're not going to find housing down here in the Lower Mainland. Of course they're not going to get anything. See, what they need to be doing is the cities is building RV parks, especially for these people. RV parks and campgrounds can help with a lot of the homeless crisis. But unfortunately, the cities don't see it this way, or our activists. Our activists need to grow up too and realize just throwing money at a problem for people to go and come up with a solution isn't going to fix the problem. We're also not going to be able to build enough housing as fast as we need it. But if we can start with RV parks, campgrounds within city limits, we can actually slow down the homeless crisis, where people can actually feel safe being somewhere. Do you really think these people feel safe staying at these rest areas overnight? Every day? Dogwood RV Park in Surrey, BC was a great place for long term. The city of Surrey actually closed the park down because they refused to repair it. Yeah, you heard that right. They refuse to fix up the campground. I don't understand why. There could be just over 100 people at that campground in Dogwood. That's 100 RVs could be there if they fix it up. No problem. 100 less people at the rest areas, on the streets. Somewhere where they can feel safe. Cities across the Lower Mainland should be looking into this. We also got to look at the NDP of British Columbia. Can't just blame the Liberal Party of Canada. We got to actually put blame on the provincial party that's running our province. They promised to help with the housing crisis. Instead, they made it worse. We all know why. Jagmeet Singh and most of his fellow MDPers own rental properties. How else do they make their money other than renting out their properties at a higher rate? So if they can keep the rental market up high, they're going to make more money. So we got to look at that problem too. Of all these people that own all these properties that rent them at a high price. Mostly are going to be the rich people that don't understand what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck. Now, I know for a fact living in an RV is not what it's all cracked up to be, especially when you don't have anywhere to go. I live in an RV myself. I actually live in an RV park. Unlike these people. I just wish we had more RV parks so we could help them find a place. Some of these RV parks could also allow tenting in them. But there's got to be those rules and regulations people have to follow. But I do suggest everybody write a letter to your city. Demand them build RV parks and campgrounds for the homeless so they have somewhere safe to be. So they're not clogging up the streets, the back roads, the rest areas. Somewhere where they can feel safe. Somewhere where that gives them an address. This will help in the short term with the housing crisis. Actually having them somewhere where we can regulate it, see who's homeless, who needs the help getting into a place. This would be a lot easier than trying to find them after you talk to them on the street and then they disappear and you can't find them for months after trying to help them. This does happen. I just wish people would understand this. Vancouver area homeless numbers show sharp spike. This is only from October. But then we're going to see other things that are from later on, from March. Like who's responsible for the tent cities and the homeless encampments in BC? Well, I can tell you who's responsible. It's our government that's responsible. They're not doing anything. They promised and promised during all of the elections. They made these promises that they're going to help. Instead, before the NDP, the Liberals made red tape for building rental properties. They also slowly shut down the mental institutions where a lot of the homeless people were at before they were shut down. A lot of these people have mental illness and would be grateful if those mental institutions would reopen and accept them again. They have a safe place to be to get their help that they need. But not everybody gives a crap about that, do they?
This year, it looked at 11.
I never got used to that.
Thomas Collier says he can relate to the nearly 5,000 people across Vancouver identified in the 2023 Greater Vancouver homeless count.
See, that's only people that were identified, that were willing to identify themselves. And I still think that's a small number of people. 5,000? I work in security. I know the homeless people. I talk to them all the time. And I can tell you straight out, there's probably about 10,000 plus in Vancouver of homeless people. There's lots of empty buildings across Vancouver. Lots of city-owned property across Vancouver and the Metro Vancouver and Fraser Valley areas. We could be using this land to help people. But most people choose not to. There's different things we can do to help them. We just got to look into it and push it. Look at these people. They're staying in tents. Why can't they stay in a campground where their stuff can be left feeling safe? You got people that live in RVs at Bradner Rest area here. Even at Cole Road. This video is from 5 days ago. Just look at this. This is sad. This was a great rest area to stop at while traveling when you're out camping, doing road trips, to dump your sewer for your RV at the sandy dump. Now, as you can see, people are parked right around the sandy dump. Campers are everywhere. It's just getting worse and worse in BC instead of better. We don't have a leadership that really wants to help people. They keep virtual signaling about helping, but they haven't done anything to help. EB could do a lot. He could actually force cities to build RV parks to put some of these RVers in. Some of these people have jobs. They just don't have a place to live. And I know at Bradner Rest area, there's a few guys that are flaggers that are actually staying there. There's truck drivers staying there because they have nowhere else to go. They're living in their trailers. I've even talked to a couple paramedics that have lived in their trailers on the side of the road because they don't have a house. They don't have a place to call home because they can't find a place.
Well, it's a good idea. It's not for me.
79-year-old Paul Shearer has lived at Lonzo Park and Ride for the last 4 to 5 months.
This
He's
place
one of
has
about
actually
15
been shut
people
down.
still left in the community.
There's a fence all the way around it now. You can't even park an RV there. They even have security there, making sure they keep the RVers and anybody else out of it. They're literally trying to push the homeless people out of their city and say it's not our problem. That is not how good people are supposed to be. That is not how Canadians act. Why are we acting like spoiled little brats? Rich people. Going, we don't want these people. We believe they're undesirable. This guy's 79 years old. He has nowhere to live. How is he an undesirable? He's not out there robbing you. He's not stealing anything. He's a senior citizen trying to make ends meet. And some loser will go, I don't want a campground near me because I don't want undesirables around me. These people aren't undesirables. I know people that live in an RV park, and most of them are seniors. Some are security guards. I even know a couple nurses that live in RV parks. It's just crazy. Building RV parks is a fast, simple way to slow the homeless crisis down right away and get most of these people off the streets and out of the rest areas and put somewhere safe. It would be easier to help them later on once the housing is built. But until then, they need somewhere to go. And to get them away from these areas that people don't want to see them at, the best choice is take some of the land we have, that city-owned land, and build small RV parks for them. You could place them anywhere, make them look nice. Well, that's my rant and rave right now. So, if you guys actually want to help, I have found a GoFundMe. If you want to check it out, I will be posting the link in the description for the GoFundMe. I'm not too sure if I have it here. I might. I guess not. But as soon as I find it, I will post it in the description for you all to see. But it is for helping the people that live in their RVs, camper vans, or even in tents. Somebody who wants to help build RV parks and campgrounds for these people so they have somewhere safe to be. But if you check the description, you'll find out where the GoFundMe link is. But have a great day, great night, whatever time it is that you've seen this, in the morning, nighttime, doesn't matter. Thanks for listening to me. Have a great time.